Hello, how are you getting on? So today we're here in Scandinavia, out of world of course, with a hardcore start. So I've run all the way over here to this kind of top corner of the map. It took about 5-10 minutes to get over here. And I kind of found a flattish area here, so I think this is where I want to establish my kind of starting plant here. I've went ahead there with my axe and cut down quite a lot of trees here. It was a thick forest area, so you can see on the hot bar there, I've quite a bit of wood to work with. But anyway, first things first, let's get ourselves into the store here and get a few pieces of equipment that we're going to need here. So we're going to need a hopper, first of all. So let's get ourselves a big hopper there. We're also going to need power. So let's go in here. We're going to need one cable. We're going to need ourselves a power input. Let's get ourselves the 1 speed there. Now we're also going to need some electricity, of course, so we'll go ahead here, and I think I want to start off with a solar panel. So we can go ahead now and get these first pieces laid out here. So our solar panel, actually the first thing I want to do, I believe, is lay my hopper here. Let's get ourselves onto grid builds just to make this a little bit easier as we progress through the playthrough here. And how is that looking there? It's a little bit dug into the ground, but that's okay. We are on the hardcore, so we have 100k to play with here to get ourselves started. So money's going to be a little bit tight. Let's just get that power input snapped on here. Yeah, we're going to have to dig that out quite a bit, but let's get set up here and then we can make things look a little bit prettier. Go ahead and drop you here. If we can grab our cable then. Let's see. Connect this down here to my power input in the mud. Let's get this turned on to make sure everything is working as it should be. Okay, and there the hopper is turned on with the power. So I have quite a little bit of digging to do here by hand, and I'm not quite sure I want to do it with this slow pickaxe. We can go ahead here and get ourselves a faxed axe, although it is, wow, it is so expensive. Okay, let's set up our the rest of what I'm thinking here before we go ahead and invest in that. Okay, so the hopper is set up. Next thing we do need now is something to filter our gold out here. So let's get back into our store. And we want to find ourselves a sluice box. So the sluice box is going to actually store our ores. It's going to save me a little bit of money there. I won't have to buy a storage unit, so we can go ahead and buy that. But we may need a conveyor piece before this goes on here. How is that looking there? That does not look correct to me. It is in the wrong place, indeed. Let's get out the sledgehammer there and reposition this. That looks ideal, but it's not snapping to where I want. Okay. Okay, so I want to grab myself a conveyor piece here. We're going to connect the water source there to that sluice box to get the most efficient kind of ore out of the ground that we're going to dig here. Let's get into our conveyors here, and we want an up piece. Let's go ahead and get this one here. That should work just fine. Okay, let's get that sluice box on here. Still not ideal. I will dig it out, of course, but for now that is fine. So this sluice box has a storage on it. Now what I want to do is put a sell point at the end here to get rid of this dirt that we're going to dig, so I won't have to manually sell it. So we go back into our store here and see if I can find myself a sell point. I can. It's quite expensive. We're already down to half the starting balance there, and I'm going to need myself another up conveyor. So let's get ourselves one of those, and I also want a chute. There we go. So let's get this conveyor on here. Let's get the sell point. kinda there as I want it position wise. Alrighty, I'll pause you there and I will do a bit of digging by hand here. It's probably going to take some time. Alrighty, so I've managed to get my cell point here in kind of a temporary position where I want it. So let's go ahead here and place our chute down. Now I'm happy enough to call this the very starting plant for myself. So what we need now is a piece of machinery to obviously start moving some dirt. But before I move dirt, I want to dig this out here and make it look a bit better. So let's go in here and take a look at what machine we will start off with here. Now I started off my last playthrough there with a loader, so I think I'm going to go with an excavator this time. So we 44k there, you could say, but we also need to, before we do anything actually, let's go ahead there and get that fast pickaxe. We can go ahead and get rid of our old pickaxe there, that's good. Now, also we're going to need a workbench, I should not forget. Let's go ahead and see how much that is there. That's quite cheap, right? 1200 you could say. So we can go ahead and place this bench down somewhere out of the way here. Beside our little cell point there, perhaps that will do. Let's go ahead then and start queuing up some production here. So let's get some wood beams going as well as some wood planks. It's going to take about 40 minutes there, you could say, for those to complete, but that's okay, no problem. Now, back to the machinery. So, as I was saying, I think I want to start this playthrough here with an excavator. And we have a cheap little one down here for less than 15,000. That's kind of where I'm at money-wise. I mean, I cannot afford any of this. Yeah. So we're kind of locked into our little excavator here. Let's buy that actually and drop it. So our hopper is here, and I think I want to feed it from up on this hill here to start off with. So let's get this machine out here and see what it actually looks like. That's quite large. I was expecting something quite a lot smaller. Let's jump into that there and get it into position. Try that into high gear there. Ugh. Now, I don't have much experience here with excavators. I've done a little bit with them, but not a whole pile. So it might be a painful experience watching me trying to get to grips with this here. But first things first, let's kind of dig this out a little bit here. My poor power input is deeply embedded in the ground there. The best thing we can do there is probably actually pick this up. There we go. And I would say that this fast pickaxe is 4 to 5 times faster than the one they give you, so it's most definitely an early game investment. There we go, get that conveyor uncovered. Shrubbery in my way. It's really quite impressive how dense the forest is in this map. I'm not sure how that's going to play out long term. Will it get annoying is the question. Okay, we actually have some coal here. Unfortunately, we're not set up quite yet to take advantage of that, but if we can start running some dirt through this plant here, we're going to get there sooner rather than later. Okay, I think I can actually pick up my hopper here and dig out a little bit further in here. The conveyor is slightly into the ground there also. That's okay, we will fix that here shortly. Bit of a stump there of an old tree. Good detail. Ooh, look at the mushrooms. Would you eat it? Alrighty, and that is looking a little bit better, I would say. So this conveyor is okay, at least the belt itself is not underground. Of course the mechanics underneath it there might get bogged down, but we won't worry about that just yet. Let's get this hopper back down then and see how that is looking. Oops, my machinery there. That's not ideal. Oops. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay, so let's get this power input back in there. It's still a little bit. Let me get a bit more dirt out of there. Or coal, I should say. This is nice. We've randomly picked a nice area, I would say. Perhaps. Might be a small vein, who knows. We will be finding out though how much coal is there, that is for sure. Alrighty, let's get that power input down. Surely that is good enough. And that is quite nice, I would say. Let's get you hooked back up to this solar panel then. We can turn you back on. Alrighty, so my sluice box. A little bit of digging to do here. That's not too bad. The conveyor isn't cut up, that's the main thing. So I have a little bit of dirt in my inventory here. Let's just run this through my hopper and check that the system is at least somewhat functional. Okay, there we can see. Okay, so we're getting a build up. Oh no, my money is increasing, so it is working. That is good. There's no gold in that, of course, but that's okay. Need to find ourselves some pay dirt. Okay, so that system is clear there. Let's go ahead and pick up this sluice box. Those shrubs coming up through it is going to be annoying. It already is annoying, let's be honest about it. Let's get those taken out of there real quick. Take out their little friends there in case they decide to grow big. There we go. That's ever so slightly better. Alright, let's get this back down now. Okay, so let's pick up my cell pointer. Oops. The axe is not good for that job, I'm afraid. Let's dig out a little place here. Should not take too long. Get rid of that shrub there. Can we get rid of this tree? You're going to be in the way. Now that is looking a little bit better. This is deep grass. I'm swinging many times to get rid of it. We are making progress, that's all that matters. There we go, it's looking a bit better. take another little piece off this here, and I think we can get that cell points put back down, see how we're looking. And we're hitting a little bit of pay dirt there. I can start to see it coming through. It's good, obviously. Now I've kept my level there from my company, so you can see we're level 42 at the moment from my Arctic winter journey there. So we have you know, faster movement and better jumping and slightly cheaper equipment, which is you know, extremely useful. And the hardcore mod, the experience gain is you know, it is what it is. It makes it a bit more of a challenge. I do quite enjoy the pace that the game is played at the moment. Okay, that's looking pretty decent there. Now let's see if we can get you into a reasonable position here. Something like that would be ideal. And how is that looking there for clearance? A little bit of clipping going on there, but not the end of the world. Let's get a couple of pieces of dirt in here for a bit of support under that. And that's okay. Can take a little bit more out of the backside here. Alrighty. And that is not too bad. Okay, since we have a little bit of pay dirt in my inventory, let's just test this real quick that my sluice box is in fact going to collect my ores there. It's only 28 dirt there. I would not expect the whole pile to be in this. And it's already run through the system. Yeah, so we're collecting our ores there. That's good. Our diamond and our silicon. And then our actual dirt, or topsoil I should say, is going to automatically sell here. So that is good. Let's get rid of this shrubbery here. Alrighty then, so let's take a look at getting this machine set up ready to run some dirt. Now what I think I want to do is kind of get a flat base for it here, so it's not a kind of a all lopsided on the hill here. It's not a deal, obviously. Let's go ahead there and move this machinery out of the way. Yeah, that is quite a hill there. Come on, get up there, get up. Ooh. There we go, just about. I'm quite impressed with this machine for the price. I was expecting it to be a tiny little thing. Okay, let's just park you up there. Alrighty, let's dig ourselves out a better platform here for this. It's not ideal there that it's sliding down the hill. Okay, let's fix that. Alrighty, let's just leave it there for now. Oof, got myself in quite a position there. We're going to struggle to get this out. Just a little bit more then, and I think we'll be good here. May actually need myself to give myself a little bit of room there to swing this machine around. Actually, another investment we need to make while I think of it is a fast shovel, so we can do some smoothing here. 3,500 there for that. It's well worth it, I would say. Do have a little bit of a dirt in our inventory here. Let's go ahead and run that through our system, just so we're getting a little bit cash back here. Get rid of that shrub there, please. That's good. Don't want to go too more forward this way. We'll use the machine to dig out around the solar panel here. We may in fact actually end up moving that solar panel to somewhere more appropriate. Let's just there's a bunch of coal there. I want to be careful to keep that until this system here is set up to actually collect that. That's good. At least we're kind of seeing that the coal is expanding back up this hill here. Alright, let's get out a shovel, smoothen this out a little bit here. There we go. That's not too bad there. Not too bad at all. Alright, let's see if we can get this machinery up here and into place then. Or this excavator, I should say. Let's try low gear there. Wow, it is struggling. Okay, let's do a little bit of digging on this right side here, perhaps. Or is that going to make it worse? Dig out underneath those tracks there. Okay. Maybe we can make some progress now. Wow. Some smoothing perhaps will help the situation. Okay. There we go. Okay, surely. Come on, get up there. Alright, let's really got ourselves in kind of a situation here. Oh my god, come on, get up there. Alrighty. So, I think we need to make a little bit of room here to this side so we can swing her around there. I suppose the easy thing to do would be just pick the machine up and drop it back down again, but that's no fun. Okay, those tracks are all caught up in this kind of grassy moss. Is there bog in Scandinavia? You would assume so, but we're up on a hillside here, so would it be boggy? I'm not too sure. Not too sure. It's quite possible, why not? Okay, and the smoothing did not actually help that time. But there we go. Alright. Surely I can get up this. This isn't even a hill. Come on. Okay. So, interesting. So we're just clipping through the conveyor there, so we want to stop doing that. Okay, let's just get out here and pick up some of this plant. Stop this nonsense. Come on then, get up there. Ooh. There we go. There you go. Beautiful. Now it's still on a slant there. Let's dig this out just ever so slightly here, so that machine isn't going to roll over onto our facility. Whole bunch of coal in here. We got under that track there a little bit. Okay, how's that looking there? A little bit better. Don't fall now. So, can we swing you around, perhaps? Okay, like I say, I'm not good with an excavator. Okay, let's just get this out of here. Ooh. Okay. Alright, let's just remove this out of the situation and rethink my setup here with the machine. Get this hopper out of here for now. Okay. So, let's just swing you back around so we're facing the right way. Here we go. So the initial plan was to get this machine up on that hill there and kind of dig out the hill, but I think I'm going to have to start digging out this area here until I can figure out how to make that work a little bit better up here. So let's lay our plant back out here. So we want, I have a little bit of diamond and silicone in my inventory there. That's fine. So let's get this hopper back out then. Get you put onto my power input, or up conveyor, and into the sluice box, of course. And that is not lined up somehow. What did I do? Okay, let's grab you, let's grab you, and let's grab you. So let's in fact build it backwards. Get this sluice box on here. Get the conveyor on there, and get this hopper on there. Okay, so which reminds me, I need to actually get a water source going to the sluice box. So let's go in here to our store. We can move this out of our way for now. We're going to want to go to production, or actually we can just search for it. So we want a water pump, a water refinery, and we're going to need some pipe as well, pipeline here. So let's go ahead here and get ourselves, we're going to need a couple of straight pieces. Well, maybe one straight piece will cover us for now, but we're also going to need an angled piece there to come out of the back of this. So let's put you on there. How is that looking? That is the wrong way. Okay, so let's put a straight piece on here then. That is not ideal, obviously. I should have used an up piece, but that's okay. We can go ahead and dig this out here. A little bit more then. What I can actually do is run some of this material through my plant here to get a little bit of cash. We'll get ourselves an up pipe piece, or a down I should say, as we're kind of doing this invertedly. Okay, we can take that pipe out of there for now. Get this green hell out of here. Alright, let's lay my pipe back down there to see how we're looking in terms of how much further more we have to dig out here. A little bit more, but that's okay, not a problem. We can take that pipe out of there. Let's get this last bit of coal removed out of our way. Okay, there, our autosave is kicking in. So let's go ahead here into our store and sell this coal. Let's get a little bit of cash back for that. We can get rid of that as well. And we can go ahead here and run our dirt through our system. Get a little bit of money for that. And consume. Now, so let's get this straight piece back on here. Now, do I have enough cash for a down pipe is the question. Down, no, and we're quite far from that. So let's get out our pickaxe here and do a little bit more digging. We're going to need to remove quite a lot of this anyway, just to make room for that down pipe piece to connect up here to the system. Take back a little bit of this here. There we go. There we go, dig that pipe out properly there. So we need about 1200 more or so, if I was looking at that correctly. So we want it down. They're all actually the same price, so we're going to go ahead and get the biggest one there. So let's go ahead here and sell that coal. Another $600 there for that. Let's just hand mine a little bit more of this here then. Make it look a little bit better as well, why not? Dig out this side. Okay, how's that looking there now? Let me get a little bit of an overview from over here. Okay, not bad. Pretty clean, I would say. Now, we could actually go ahead there and sell some of those wood beams and planks if we wanted, but I think I want to hold on to those for just right at the moment. Let's get this. There we go. How is that looking now? We go in here and sell. Going to be about 100 short, but let's go ahead and run this dirt and this pay dirt through our system here. Should hopefully get us what we need. There we go. Yes, indeed. I think we're there, right? So we want this down piece, leaving ourselves with $20, but that's loads. We're rich already. So where is the top of this coming out now is the question. A little bit of preparation work here in day one at the mine. That's okay. This system here will probably be in place for quite some time. We should be nearing the top of this pipe piece now, you would imagine. Come on. too bad we're broke and can't afford some explosives, but that's alright. We'll all come in due time. Come on. Let's get rid of that tree while we're up here. Okay, we're level 43. It's nice. Of course, we've quite a lot of dirt to do before we can afford any sort of upgrade. Okay, and here you can see where the top of my pipe is. That's good. At least we'll be able to get ourselves down. The rest of this equipment to run water to that sluice box there. We'll be getting a high yield, no doubt, of wars. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead here and get this water refinery down. Now, so this is connected here. I just need to dig this out a little bit here and we can get down our water pump so we can actually get some water running down there. Now if I could remember whereabouts in this the connection is. Okay, so it's over on this side by the looks of things there. Let's just make sure that the connection isn't over here. Water refinery, good. There is in fact a connection to that refinery here too. Interesting. Let's just get our water pump out here. And will that connect to that? It will. So, are we getting water to the sluice box now? It doesn't appear so. Okay, let's get back up here then and dig this out a bit more. Apologies for all the hand digging. I didn't actually intend to be doing this much manual labor. That's alright, once it's set up it's kind of in place there for the rest of our playthrough. So what I'm thinking is I have that water pump connected to the wrong area there. I believe on the previous plants I've had, it was directly adjacent to where this pipe conveyor connected. So I'm thinking, is it over this way? Doesn't appear so. Alrighty, let's pick up this water pump here. And let's try it on the other side here just to see if that will get water flowing down here. And it does not. That's a shame. Maybe I just need to dig this out a whole lot more. Alrighty, give me a few minutes here and I will dig this out a bit better to see how it's looking. Okay, so mystery solved. It's completely user error on my part there. This water refinery is in fact turning the wrong way. So let's go ahead and get that replaced there. Now I need you to snap on there like that. And you have obliged very nicely indeed. So unfortunately we have a little bit more hand digging to do here. And hopefully we can leave enough green there so that this water pump actually functions. Hopefully we can see the connections there pretty soon. There they are. Alright, let's get this water pump down just to make sure that... Okay. We should see our water coming here to our sluice box. We are after overloading the grid. That is such a shame. So, I did too much there for my first kind of day setting up this. Okay, so that's no problem. We're going to earn some cash here soon. And we will be able to upgrade that solar panel almost immediately, which is such a shame. But let's see if we can get this turned back on here. We cannot. Is this turned off? Can we turn this on perhaps? Yeah, so we've only got 14 kilowatts to play with there. And that water pump. Does it tell me how much kilowatts it's going to use there? Yeah, so it's taking 100 kilowatts. It's actually quite expensive there on the power system, but that's okay. We are set up for the next time there that we go at this, which you would assume will be pretty soon in the next episode there. Now, I was hoping to get this machine up here and start loading from this side of the hopper today, but I don't think that's going to happen. But let's run what we have in our inventory there through the system and get a little bit of cash going. Now, let's jump in here and get ourselves a couple of scoops from over at this side of the hopper, hopefully. Now, I do not have much experience in these machines, so this is going to be very much a learning experience on my mouse pad. So we start bringing back and scoop more. That is not ideal. Alrighty, let's go ahead here and try that again. So if I bring that back and turn you in. Okay, let's swing it. A little bit higher there, please. A bit higher. Okay, I kinda missed it, let's be honest. Alrighty, let's try again there. And scoop. A little bit better. A little bit more in, please. And that's good. And from the graphic it appears to be pay dirt that I'm running there, but we will see. Can we turn that bucket a little bit more, please? And let's raise you up. Extend you. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. And scoop. There we go. Doesn't help here that I'm... Oh god, that is awful. My poor power unit is going to have to be dug out there again. But that's alrighty. Okay. Okay. A little bit better line that time. Ooh. I really need to get this machinery up on a little bit of a higher platform just to make swinging over this hopper easier. There we go. Decent scoop that time. A little bit higher there. Good. Oh, man. It's so satisfying when this machine goes well. Let's see if I can get myself another couple of scoops here. Get that cash rolling in a little bit. Every little bit counts, don't want to lose too much dirt there. Scoop you back. There we go, that is good. A little bit higher there, please. Okay. Let's swing. I think if you can get the muscle memory down for this excavator, it's probably a lot more fun than the loader. The loader is fun, but I used it quite a bit there in the first playthrough I did. It's definitely nice to play around with the other machines. And for 15,000 to start off, this is a much better than I was expecting. To be honest, I was expecting a tiny little thing that wasn't going to move much dirt at all, but this is definitely a sizable machine, I would say. Okay, let's get you in there. Let's try and get ourselves a good scoop here to finish off this session. Just try and scrape some of this topsoil. We're hitting a little bit of coal there the further we go down. And we missed. But that's okay. I think I'm going to leave this one here for now, and the next episode there we'll look at continuing to improve this. We definitely need to start catering for some coal here already. So there's going to be some changes to this plant coming here soon. And also we're going to finish up hooking up this water system here to our sluice box, as well as hopefully quite a bit digging here with my little excavator. Yeah. So that's I'm pretty happy with my day one setup there. Nice and well, we're not set up for the coal here, which is unfortunate, but cash is an issue. Did we actually collect any gold there? We didn't, so we're just running dirt right now. And our little workbench here is ploughing away with our wood beams and our wood planks. So we can actually go ahead there and get ourselves a couple of floors queued up. We're going to need quite a lot of those. So yeah, cheers for watching. I do appreciate that. All the best to you.